Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, I don't want to sound like I have any authority on anything, but I want to point something out, and I hope that people will pay attention to it and go look it up for themselves. Go discern what people tell you. Why do we read Scripture in the first place? Is it for entertainment, or is it to learn to better ourselves and to present ourselves to the Father in a fashion that He desires for us to present ourselves? So I went back and listened to some teachings from people that I used to follow, and I got an invitation today from another group that has broken off from them a couple of years ago, and also people that I used to fellowship with. And it's concerning calendar, okay? It doesn't make any difference to me what calendar you follow. But if you're going to follow something that's going to lead you to truth, then let's let truth reign and get rid of the dogma and the gaslighting that people put us under. And when I say gaslighting, that's a term that is used to define it's an act that government agencies used when through MK Ultra, or rather, if you will, brainwashing techniques, that they convince you that something's true even when there's no foundation of truth in it, but they repeat it over and over and over. As the last couple of years, we've been in this episode since before the election that there's been something going on and dropping like flies everywhere around us, and yet we don't see the evidence of that, so we know it's not true. But the gaslighting persists, and people continually hiding their faces from the Father, turning away from what is true, and catering to those words of man. So I said I don't care what calendar you keep, but if you're going to seek and find truth, find evidence. Okay, I follow a solar lunar calendar. The year starts with the sign of Abib, which is a star. The moon of Abib is the beginning of moons to you, and all these other covenant so-called calendar keepers will say that doesn't mean moon. Well, they lack doing some research, I'll say that. And they'll tell you go set up a sundial, and you can learn to observe the equinox and tell the time, So go take the time and build you a sundial. Go buy a portable sundial, a pocket sundial, and set that up, every one of you, and see if you can determine the first day of the day of the equinox. Okay? You need some precision tools to build and to set up your sundial. It's not a mishap in craftsmanship that creates a sundial. It has to be perfect. Okay? If you're 1 degree off, there's 1 degree for every day. And if you're 1 degree off on your east and west, there's 15 degrees in an hour. So if you can divide 360 degrees by exactly 1, or that you have zero tolerance either direction, to know that you're exactly in that day, you've been very successful. Because go look at the videos on YouTube, go do the research how to set up a sundial and how to observe the equinox. And it can't be off. It has to be exactly perfectly right. Okay, there's multiple attributes to a sundial that have to be recognized, and if they're not all correct, you can't tell time or day by it. You can create a shadow, no doubt in that, but you can't discern the proper time, the proper day, and you can't discern the difference in any day out of 7. Okay, so we have the sign of Abib, the star Spica, also known as Abib, rules with the moon one night every year. And that's sound. That's provable. You can see it. Nobody has to discern when that sign is for you. You can go out and see it every year by yourself. You can go out night after night and look at the star and see its position, and you know whether you're getting further from Abib or closer to Abib. You can watch it approach night after night, and you can witness it in the very night with the sun, the moon, and the star. Okay. So there's Genesis 1:14 through 16 for you. And to those that are gaslighting and telling you that the moon or Hodesh cannot mean moon, go through and pull it out of your Strong's Concordance. Look at every verse, 283 verses in Strong's Hodesh. And it is used as the dating system that Yahuwah by his own mouth spoke to Moses and to the prophets. He never used the word Yirak, which means moon only, but as Hodesh, the new moon, the full moon. And we see that in Psalms 81:3. It says, at the Hodesh, the new moon, and at the appointed time, which is Kaseh, and it says full moon. So you can't get away from that. Anyway, it disturbs me to watch friends and people that I care about be drawn away by those that tell them that this can't mean this, but then the evidence of what they want you to follow doesn't exist. They want you to follow a shadow from a stick in the ground, and it's a farce. If you put a stick in the ground, it has to have so many directly correct angles on it. It's a farce. It's ludicrous. It's a game they play. Okay, they all want tithes from you, and they won't separate themselves to a different calendar because the multitudes won't follow them, and they will lose their tenth from all those that are have guilt played upon them. And even those that proclaim their teaching a Melchizedek priesthood, they want the tithe of Aaron. And when Abraham, it says that he gave Melchizedek a tenth of all, was a tithe. Okay, Melchizedek is the high priest. It's a picture of Messiah. That tithe of all is, the tithe means tenth. Okay, we have 10 basic commands: to love the Father, to not have graven images. Okay, 10 basic commands. So if there's 10 commands and I give him a tithe of all, that means I'm obedient to all of them, and not picking and choosing what my doctrine is, but obeying the whole of the truth. Anyway, just a short video. It upsets me to see people believing those things and that they're put into the power of gaslighting. Anyway, shalom. Everyone have a good day. Bye.